another one. I have imposter syndrome. I don't have enough knowledge about software testing except smoke test and regression test with just click on website and check. Other areas, huge stupidity at me. Selenium, Java, rest assured API test, performance tests. I have some Udemy courses, but I did not even open a ticket to developers at 1 year. Just trying to figure out things. How should I continue? I have little Java knowledge and know others a bit too. Oh God, now I need to learn Appium.
The fact is that I don't remember.
Well, I probably should have read that one before I chose it. But nonetheless, let's talk about imposter syndrome. So, 5 minutes up and we're off. So, um, I have two perspectives on this, right? I think that everyone, when they are new to something, that they sort of have some level of imposter syndrome. I mean, not everyone's. 'Cause, some people they're very confident and they know what they're doing. They know what they're talking about. They're fast learners and stuff like that. But I think everyone to a certain extent has imposter syndrome. Like you might get hired to a new company and you're not too familiar with the technology that they use, and you're trying to so you make mistakes and stuff like that, and you feel bad about it. But I think a lot of times we might be a little bit too hard on ourselves in that aspect of imposter syndrome. But here is the other area, because I had a video not too long ago that said that we should be hard on ourselves, right? So although we might be a little too hard on ourselves, right? When it comes to imposter syndrome, that should that should propel us, and that should force us to work harder to and I'll break down this particular question in this way, right? So you say that you don't have enough knowledge about software testing except smoke and regression tests, right? Well, what the hell are you doing about it, right? Uh, so this, like they say, they have some Udemy courses, but they didn't even open a ticket to developers at 1 year. I don't know exactly what that means, but if you have Udemy courses and you feel that you have imposter syndrome, I think Udemy, Coursera, all those places, those are the best tools that you can use so that you can alleviate that imposter syndrome, so you can heal it, right? Go out and learn. So you can easily take a QA course on Udemy, right? To at least get some basic knowledge on the different things of QA, how to write test cases, how to write defects, how to approach different types of testing. Then there's like what I mentioned, the testing in agile course, how to properly test in agile, all of those things, right? So many opportunities that you can learn from, right? They have automation courses where you talk about Java, talk about rest assured. There's performance, like even in like the basic QA course, they talk about performance testing, and I'm sure you can find some courses on like how to automate your performance testing. So many options, right? But a lot of times, right? We like to just sit and, be a Debbie Downer talking about, oh, I have imposter syndrome. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. That's where I jump off the train, right? I'm like, um, you can complain for only so long, right? You gotta get to work. You have to get to work.
Get a move on, back to work, chop chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work, back to work, back to work.
There are countless resources. Like you can go on YouTube, like you can go on a free code camp, right? And learn about all different types of stuff. The problem that people have is they get so focused on one thing, and then they they might have they might stumble a bit, and then they quit, right? one of the ways that I continuously learn more and more about QA is I go outside of QA and I learn how to do things that I would be testing. So, for instance, getting better with like testing APIs and the tools to test APIs, I build some simple APIs, right? So that I can do like post requests, get requests, patch up like the patch and the delete and stuff like that, right? I actually try to implement the things that and learn the things that I have to test. So, for instance, learning React, learning front end development. Am I going to apply for a job as a front end developer at some company? Probably not, because I'm not crazy about doing front end development, right? But being dangerous enough to know about it, how to do it, and stuff like that, that makes my testing better, right? Learning Terraform to figure out like how to automate, right? How to automate infrastructure, right? Am I going to go and become like a site reliability engineer or work in DevOps and stuff like that? That I don't know, right? Who knows what the future might hold? But I could also do that in a different way, like for my own projects and stuff like that. Like you see me using it for the Chaos Camp. You see me setting up Selenium grids with it, all that stuff, right? But the most important thing is stop complaining, stop being lazy, and get to work, right? So many you have the Udemy courses, use them, right? And that's how you're going to grow out of your imposter syndrome. You're like, oh God, now I need to learn Appium. You should be like, oh, amazing, this is awesome. I have the opportunity and the ability to learn Appium. So now, not only can I test websites, not only can I test APIs, not only can I test performance, I can also test mobile devices, which makes me more marketable, and it crushes my imposter syndrome. So that is my take on it. You gotta let it go. You gotta use that to fuel you. Use that imposter syndrome to make you better. That's what I do. Whenever I felt like I had imposter syndrome, you know what I did? I went and looked at I went and looked it up. I'm like, okay, how do I do this? And I find YouTube resources. I get a course on Udemy, whatever the case may be, and I go and I start learning that, and then that imposter syndrome is gone, because I also like the way that you see me. I've been like, when I first started learning Terraform, it was on the live streams, and now I'm getting better and better at it. Not 100% there. You saw us messing around with the VPCs on Sunday, but I am 100 times further today, like six episodes or 7 episodes into our Terraform, right? 7 sessions into Terraform. I am 1,000 times better at it than I was on prior to the first session. All right. So you just got to put in the work, and you got to just go out there and get it, right? You have to.
Let's get it.
You gotta go out there and get it. There's no other option. All right. So that's my take on that.
If you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.